guys, 17 points. You didn't exactly rest on your laurels there.
Yeah.
Why you find yourself in this kind of group right now?
I just think staying prepared. I think my whole mentality was just when my name's called this year, making sure that I'm ready to go and be able to bring to the team what they need, and I feel like I was able to find a groove and just be able to build off that, continue off that, watch my mistakes from last game, and just continue to grow as a player.
What's the key to being able to work the baseline like you do and create easy or relatively easy buckets for you or looks for teammates?
I think it's just the whole idea of when you get inside the paint, good things happen. You'll be able to dish it out or you get a layup. So for me, anytime I can get 1 or 2 steps into the paint, usually for anybody at least is something good. So I think just watching film on that and we've been trying to work on my direct drives instead of trying to make different turns and whatnot. So yeah, I think just being a major emphasis what I've been working on.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the talk about they drafted you over this guy or that guy or whatever when you weren't playing a lot. I'm wondering if there's any point where you kind of needed a confidence pick-me-up, and then how much has your confidence picked up over these last however many games when you've been in the rotation contributing?
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It's part of the game of basketball. I don't really pay no mind to it. I work in the same way I worked on day one when I got drafted to right now. So for me, all that other stuff is whatever. People come up with what they want to say and whatnot, and for me, it's just staying in who I am and what I do. Go out on the basketball court. I play for Dallas Mavericks. That's all I can control.
Good in here. Okay, we've got one on Zoom. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey Josh, what's been the biggest difference in your mind from a year ago to now when it comes to the development of basketball IQ, awareness, using your speed and athleticism, and how that's changed for you in your game?
I think just being able to play. I think like I said, just with minutes obviously comes mistakes. Being a younger guy, but I think being able to grow off that and see your mistakes and I think everyone on the staff and players-wise have done a great job being able to help me out, give me a better understanding every day, learning new things. Obviously, Coach Kidd, arguably one of the best point guard of all time. So for me, it's just picking up on as many things as I can and just continue to bring that to the court.
Cool. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate your time.
No problem. Have a great night, guys.
You too. Great.
Max has 6 straight wins, and really most of them been by double digits. Can you put a finger on why you guys have caught fire with this?
I think the key to our wins right now is our defense. Except for the last game, I think we held all the teams under 100 points, or almost all the teams. And even if our shot is not falling, that gives us a chance to win those games in the clutch moments. And I think that's key for all those games. The energy has been great. Guys like Josh coming in, pushing the entire team. It's big time for us, and I think that's the keys for us to win.
And why do you think? What do you attribute to Josh's uptick? 17 points the other night, 18 tonight, and recently he's been playing well.
Yeah, and you don't even realize it that he scored that much, but he's just running around, crazy energy, getting steals, getting rebounds, cuts all the time. So the defense is never really set with him. It's hard to guard him because you never know where he's going to go. And he has a really good timing on open cuts and gets those easy layups. And all of a sudden he has 18 points or 17 points, and you didn't even realize. But I think his biggest strength for us is the way he shares the ball and how he plays defense and brings energy for us.
Maxi, has this team found its identity?
I hope so. I mean, it's been a rough start for us, and now then we had COVID problems and injuries and all that stuff. So we were never really all together, and even now we're missing KP, one of our key players. So hopefully as soon as he's back, we can keep that identity. One of the big things, as I said, is keeping the defensive mentality up. We had a game plan for today, and even if they make tough shots, nobody got their head down. We just took the ball out and go time again, and that's what we got to keep doing. Just sticking to the game plan, trusting in each other, and just shoot the open shots.
You mentioned that 100-point thing, and I noticed the guys on the bench, it seemed to matter a lot. What is that kind of that game by game goal being you guys?
I mean, this is the NBA, holding a team under 100 points is always big time. And we've done it for a lot of games. And then last game, I don't remember how much they scored, but they got over 100 points. So we tried to start a new streak. But as I said, it's the NBA, it's not easy. But if you have that mentality, you don't want to give up easy shots. You always rotate, you help each other. And, it's more about the mindset than actually keeping them under 100 because, in the NBA, teams can get hot and then they just make shots. But if you have the mentality, it gives you a chance to play better defense. You want to help each other because you try to, you have a set goal that you want to reach.
In a row, including 2 over conference leaders. Why do you think you guys have gotten into this groove that you're in?
It's a great question. It's been just every day, every step, one step at a time mentality. I think we're approaching every game the same, and like it's our last, and like it really means something. And we're growing as a team. Our chemistry on the court is a lot better. I think we're just locked in right now, and coaches are setting us up to be successful, and we're executing the game plan. And when things go bad or they go on a run, we're not folding. We got to keep it going. That's really it.
You feel like this team is developing an identity or a personality?
I think so. We're trying to have that never quit mentality. Just stay locked in, and next play is all we got to worry about. Whether you hit a big time 3 or you turn the ball over, the next play is the most important play. So we're growing, and I think we're locked in. We're in a good space right now. This is and we're also having fun. Most importantly, we're having fun, and guys are really enjoying playing, and so we just got to keep that rhythm going.
With the defense, you've been here a few years. A lot of the players are the same, from the past couple. Is it mostly the mentality that you credit with the way that it's been better this season, or are there other factors that come to mind?
We're locked in. It's a little bit of everything. Like I said, the coaching staff has put us in a position to be successful. Guys have really just, really bought in, and it's been a fun thing to be a part of. And I don't think that we're gonna let this slip anytime soon. We just gotta keep going, keep having fun, keep focusing on, just defense. As long as we focus on defense and the little things, offense is going to be there for us. We have a lot of guys that can score a lot at any time. So, as long as we're focusing on the defensive side of the ball, we'll be in a good shape.
All right, we've got a couple on Zoom. Kevin, go ahead.
Jalen, fun question for you. Outside of basketball, your early thoughts on your Eagles taking on the Bucks in the first round of the playoffs?
Wait, I thought it was the Rams.
No, you got Bucks. Rams lost today.
Rams love better, huh?
I don't have. Let's just hope it's an off day for Tom. I hope it's an off day for Tom. I have faith in my guys, but it's a tough first round.
Fair enough. Appreciate it.
Luke, go ahead.
That was all you had?
Hey, the Cowboys were 3 seed, so I had to troll for the day. Sorry, Jalen.
Sorry, it's all good.
Luke, go ahead.
6-game win streak. Josh Green with back-to-back career highs. Dirk jersey retirement the other night. Just beat the #1 team in the East. Defense is rocking. Can we get a vibe check on the team right now? How are the vibes?
They're immaculate right now. I think they're very immaculate. But I think the reason why I'm going to change it up and go a little serious on this one. I think they're so immaculate is because we're not even worrying about career highs. We're not worrying about jersey retirements. We're not worrying about beating whatever number team that they are in the league. We're treating every game the same. I think that's why this run has been so special. We just got to keep it going. And, guys, like I said, we're locked in right now. And we're going to try and keep this going for as long as possible.
Cool. Thank you, Jalen. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And actually,
All right. Let's start in the room, and then we'll have the question. Do you want to start with anything?
Yeah, I mean, I just, real quick, I thought the way we played, especially after that first quarter, responding to giving up 32 points to those guys was excellent. Going into the game, Coach Kidd and the coaches that had the game plan did a real good job of setting what we needed to do on both ends of the floor. And then I thought as the game went on, the players did a great job of executing that. And again, shared the ball really well, played really hard. But, you know, Coach setting it up before the game, and then Coach St. Jean, Coach Dudley, those guys in that pod did a great job with the scout and the personnel tonight.
Cool. We'll start in the room. Anybody?
What do you like about the way this team is, what do you like most about the way this team is playing defense?
Well, I think, you know, the togetherness combined with the effort has been really, really strong here as of late. And the other thing that we're doing a real good job of is understanding what the plan is, and then if there isn't something that we prepared for, covering for each other when it's needed. And I think the guys are doing a real good job of that, and then they do a great job of communicating with what they're seeing on the floor to help us as coaches as we go on in the game, and I think that showed tonight. But those are the things that are really standing out right now with these guys.
You say, you know, you talked about Coach Kidd before the game, so when was the last time you guys or the team communicated with him before the game?
Well, I mean, we talked to him throughout the day, and at halftime, and he had some thoughts for me and the staff that were really important. You know, just the transition play that we used in the second half. You know, I thought was really, really good against Chicago, and you know, he kind of set that up, and then throughout the day, and then in the game, you know, helps all of us as coaches.
So how did he communicate those halftime thoughts?
I can't tell you. No, he just he texts me. I'm kidding. He texts me. Shot me a text.
Top secret stuff.
so I guess Luka's okay.
Yeah, he looked all right, didn't he? Yeah. He, you know, I thought he did a real good job. Chicago's a physical defense. They do a lot of using their bodies and trying to play physically with you. They try to pick up full court, and they try to get up and into you and dictate to you. And I thought as the game went on, it was really impressive from him with how he played through that contact and started to figure out where the opportunities were to obviously get in the paint and score, but also the assists that you see number. I mean, he had 14 assists tonight. And then the other thing that was really, really important in this one is he had 14 defensive rebounds. You know, so these guys are putting big bodies on the floor. They've got a big, long, athletic team. So, you know, with the amount of pressure that Vucevic puts on you to have to switch or late switch and pick and rolls, you need guys to come in and help rebound. And I thought that was really important from him, you know, coming off of missing a game. And the effort he gave was spectacular there.
Okay, we're going to jump to Zoom really quickly. We've got 2 questions on there. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, from a player development standpoint with Josh Green, what was one or two things you guys wanted to focus on with him throughout his development as you guys have gotten to work with him that you've seen flourish now in his game?
I mean, you know, whether it's him or any of these guys, the big thing is as you're a young player, you're trying to understand, you know, what is the important team fundamental that you have to have, team fundamentals. Then it goes down to your positional group, and then it goes down to you as an individual. So first it's the team, then it's, you know, what you have to do as a perimeter player, and then for him as an individual, going back to even when he was in Las Vegas coming off the national team, the first and foremost is understanding his speed and his athleticism and how he can use his body on both ends. You know, he works very religiously on his shooting and his ball handling. So those are all things that stand out. But I think, you know, understanding, you know, who am I and who are my teammates is really important. And as a young player, it might take a minute to do that. But as you start to figure it out, now you can see where you can impact the game. You know, whether it's on the defensive end like he did in the first half, or, you know, driving the ball, getting out in transition. You know, the finish he had with contact in the second half is something that he's worked on a lot. So I think, you know, that's kind of where it starts, and then you just try to build on that.
And then Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, Jason Kidd mentioned Josh Green specifically as a player that you guys wanted to develop coming in. He specifically mentioned you as well, you know, your experience in Milwaukee. I'm curious, are there things that you asked Josh Green to do during the year? Are there things that you're having him work on specifically that has him now elevated into this role?
Yeah, I mean, you know, coach has put it on him to play as hard as he can, to when he gets in the game, understand what we're trying to do and be as aggressive as possible with balance. You know, so making sure you do a good job of attacking, but then making good decisions. He's had an ability to make some plays, and as long as you make good decisions and understand what we're trying to do, you're able to do that in the game. But, you know, like even back in the preseason, coach made a point to him, you know, in one of our preseason games about how he was a plus 12 or whatever it was and didn't score a point, and how hard that is to do, to impact the game that positively without scoring. So just understanding those type of things when he does get in the game.